Ladies and gentlemen, we are taught that helping others is a sign of strength, of kindness, of being a good human being. And while this is true, there is another truth we often ignore: not everyone deserves your help. Some people will take your kindness for granted. Some will drain you without ever giving back. And some will even turn against you after you've lifted them up. If you keep helping the wrong people, you will wake up one day exhausted, empty, and wondering where all your energy went. Today, I want to share with you 8 types of people you should not help, not because we should be cold-hearted, but because our time, energy, and effort should be spent on those who truly deserve them. Let's begin. Not everyone deserves your help. We grow up believing that helping others is always the right thing to do. We are taught that kindness is a virtue, that extending a hand to someone in need makes the world a better place. And while this is true in many cases, it is also a lesson that can lead to our own downfall if we do not apply it with wisdom. Not everyone you help will be grateful. Not everyone you help will change for the better. Some will take your kindness as a weakness, exploiting your generosity for their own benefit. Some will return your efforts with betrayal, turning against you the moment you are no longer useful to them. Others will keep coming back, not because they truly need your help, but because they have grown dependent on your efforts, refusing to take responsibility for their own lives. Helping the wrong people drains your energy, wastes your time, and distracts you from those who truly deserve your support. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it will never be enough. Some people do not want to be helped. They want to be carried, and the moment you put them down, they will look for someone else to take advantage of. This does not mean we should turn cold or refuse to help anyone in need. It means we must be selective in where we invest our efforts. A wise person does not give everything away to those who do not appreciate it. A wise person understands that true kindness is not about sacrificing yourself for those who would never do the same for you. So remember this: not everyone deserves your help, and it is not your duty to save those who refuse to save themselves. The weight of gratitude. When you help someone, you expect at least a simple acknowledgement, a thank you, a sign of appreciation, or even just the understanding that you made an effort on their behalf. But the harsh truth is, not everyone values what you do for them. Some people see kindness as an obligation rather than a choice. They believe they are entitled to your help, so when you offer it, they do not see it as generosity, but as something they deserve. They will take and take, yet never recognize the sacrifices you made for them. Worse, the moment you stop helping, they will act as if you have wronged them. It is a dangerous trap to fall into, believing that if you just do more, if you just give one more chance, they will finally see your worth. But the reality is, people who do not appreciate help will never change, no matter how much you give. Instead of gratitude, they develop expectations. Instead of respect, they develop resentment. True gratitude is rare, but it is also powerful. The people who truly value your help will never make you feel like you owe them more. They will not take advantage of your generosity, nor will they forget what you did for them. These are the people worth investing in, because gratitude strengthens relationships, builds loyalty, and creates a cycle of kindness that benefits everyone involved. But for those who refuse to appreciate your efforts, your help is wasted. Never let yourself be used by someone who cannot even say thank you. Energy vampires. There are people in this world who do not seek help to improve, they seek help to drain you. These individuals are often referred to as energy vampires because they take and take, leaving you exhausted, frustrated, and emotionally depleted. You may have encountered them before. They always have a crisis, always need support, always expect you to listen, advise, and sacrifice your own peace for their problems. But the moment you need something in return, they are nowhere to be found. They disappear when it's your turn to lean on them. What makes energy vampires so dangerous is that they often disguise themselves as victims. They make you feel guilty for stepping away, as if their survival depends on you. They thrive on sympathy, on the attention they receive when people rush to their aid. But no matter how much you give, their problems never end. Because the truth is, they do not want solutions, they want dependence. If you continue helping these people, you will find yourself emotionally exhausted, mentally drained, and constantly frustrated. You will feel like you are carrying the weight of someone else's life on your shoulders while they make no effort to lighten the load. And in the end, when you have nothing left to give, they will simply move on to the next person willing to carry them. Helping others should energize you, not deplete you. A true friend, a true person in need, will value your time and effort. But an energy vampire, they will only take until you have nothing left. Recognize them. Set boundaries. And if necessary, walk away. The trap of repeating mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's part of life. And when someone stumbles, it's natural to want to help them back up. We believe in second chances, in growth, in the idea that people can change if they are given the right support. But what happens when someone keeps making the same mistake over and over again? Imagine this: you see a person drowning in a river. You jump in, pull them to shore, and save their life. A few days later, you see them in the same river again, struggling. Once more, you risk yourself to save them. But then a week later, they are back in the same spot, making the same decisions that led them into danger in the first place. How many times will you jump in before you realize that they are not drowning by accident, they are choosing to return to the same waters? Some people do not learn from their mistakes because they know someone will always be there to save them. They do not take responsibility for their actions because they assume others will clean up their mess. If you keep helping them, you are not rescuing them, you are enabling them. You are allowing them to repeat their bad choices without consequences. It is important to recognize the difference between helping someone grow and protecting someone from the lessons they need to learn. Growth requires discomfort. A person who truly wants to change will reflect on their mistakes, learn from them, and work hard to do better. But a person who constantly repeats the same errors without any real effort to improve is not interested in growth. They are interested in having a safety net. And here's the painful truth: no amount of help can change someone who is not willing to change themselves. It is difficult to step back and let someone face the consequences of their actions, especially when you care about them. But sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let them struggle. Struggle teaches lessons that words never can. Pain forces people to change in ways that comfort never will. If you keep pulling someone out of their problems, they will never learn how to swim on their own. This does not mean you should abandon those who are genuinely trying to improve. There is a difference between someone who stumbles but gets up and someone who keeps throwing themselves to the ground. The key is effort. If a person is making a sincere attempt to grow but needs guidance, support them. But if a person keeps falling into the same patterns and expects you to keep saving them, it is time to walk away. Think of it like this: you cannot carry someone up a mountain if they refuse to climb. You can offer them advice, show them the path, even give them a helping hand. But if they refuse to take a step forward on their own, you are only wasting your energy. So ask yourself, are you truly helping this person, or are you just delaying the lesson they need to learn? Because in the end, real change comes from within. And if someone is unwilling to change, no amount of help will ever be enough. Your time is precious. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Unlike money, you cannot earn more of it. Unlike material possessions, once it is gone, you can never get it back. And yet so many people waste their time on others who do not value it. Helping others is a noble act, but it comes with a cost: your energy, your emotions, and most importantly, your time. The question is, are you spending it wisely? Think about this. If you had only 1 hour left to live, would you spend it helping someone who constantly takes from you but never gives back? Would you spend it on someone who does not respect your efforts? Someone who drains you emotionally? Someone who expects your help but never appreciates it? Probably not. Yet so many of us do this every day without realizing it. Some people see your time as unlimited. They call you only when they need something. They ask for your help but do not consider the sacrifices you make to assist them. They expect you to be available, to solve their problems, to always be there, even when they are not willing to do the same for you. But here's a truth many people ignore. If someone does not respect your time, they do not respect you. There is a famous saying, you can't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. And yet, how often do we do exactly that? How often do we put our own needs, goals, and happiness aside to help someone who does not even care? How often do we cancel our plans, put off our dreams, or exhaust ourselves for people who would not do the same for us? This is not kindness. This is self-destruction. And if you keep giving away your time to the wrong people, one day you will wake up and realize you have nothing left for yourself. It is important to recognize the difference between helping and being used. A true friend, a true person in need, will value your time and effort. They will not expect you to always be available at their convenience. They will appreciate what you do for them, and in some way, give back, whether through gratitude, support, or simply by respecting your boundaries. But those who only take, they will keep taking as long as you let them. They will keep coming back, asking for more, and never once stopping to consider the impact it has on you. So what can you do? Start valuing your own time. Learn to say no. If someone constantly drains your energy without giving anything in return, walk away. You are not responsible for fixing everyone's problems. Focus on people who deserve your time. Invest in relationships that uplift you, that are built on mutual respect and appreciation. Prioritize yourself. Your dreams, your peace, and your happiness matter. Do not sacrifice them for people who do not appreciate your efforts. Set boundaries. Helping others should never come at the expense of your own well-being. If someone does not respect your limits, they do not deserve your time. Your time is your life. Every moment you spend on the wrong people is a moment you could have spent building a better future for yourself, achieving your goals, or being with those who truly care about you. So ask yourself, are you spending your time wisely? Or are you wasting it on people who do not deserve it? Because once time is gone, you will never get it back.